Hey everyone, it's Yoslyn and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a lettuce hem on a shirt. I have this shirt right here, and as you guys can see, I did lettuce hem on it. To do this, you're going to need a sewing machine. I have my sewing machine right here. Also going to need pins to hold the fabric in place. Also going to need scissors, and I have not found my mini scissors yet, but I will find them very soon. I just don't know where they are. I'm just going to show you guys how to do the lettuce hem on this extra piece of fabric that I have, because I already did it on this shirt and I don't have any other shirts to do it on. So I decided I'm going to use this white shirt, that way you guys can see the pattern. And as you guys can see, I already practiced a bit before I tried out lettuce hem. So yeah, I did learn how to do this today. It's something I want to learn for a long time, and I finally learned how to do it. So I decided I'll teach you guys how to do it in case you guys wanted to know how to do it as well. That was a lot of how to do it. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the sewing machine that I'm going to be using. It is by this brand, and you guys can use any type of sewing machine. It really doesn't matter, as long as it has the option to do a zigzag pattern, because that's how you are going to get the lettuce hem design. Here I have my fabric and I have my pins right there, and I'm just going to be folding the fabric like this. And when you're doing this like on a shirt, you want to make sure the shirt is inside out. That way you're folding it on the inside, so when you flip it, you won't have this on the outside of the shirt. I'll show you my shirt, for example. So here's my shirt. As you guys can see, there's not like a fold that you can see, but when you flip it inside out, there's a fold right there. So that's why you want to make sure the shirt is inside out when you fold it. But I'm getting my pins, and I'm just going to be very carefully pinning this at the bottom. You don't want to do it up high, because that's where you're going to be doing the stitch. But I'm just going to keep on doing these. You guys can put as many as you want. I'm just going to do a little bit because, like I said earlier, this isn't an actual shirt. It's just a piece of fabric, so I can show you guys how to do it. If you're younger, I recommend getting someone who's older than you to help you out on this part, just because needles are very sharp. But I have mine done now, and I'm going to start sewing it. Here's my sewing machine, and now I'm just going to be turning it on. And now I can start choosing the option. So obviously on a lot of sewing machines this is different, but for mine it just has a list of the patterns I can do, and the most squiggly option for this is number 16 right here. So I'm just going to move this to 16, and you want to do it on the tightest one. So now that that is set up, you can start the sewing. I'm going to move the camera now over here so you guys can see what I'm going to be doing for this part. Now that I'm ready to start sewing, I have my machine, and I already set it all up, like the threads ready and everything. So now I can start sewing. The lever is already up, so I'm just going to put my fabric, and you want it kind of like on the edge, so you don't want to be like this. You want to have it like that. That way it can be going kind of back and forth. And you're also, this next part is actually really important. You're going to want to pull the thread, because if you don't pull the thread, it's not really going to get that zigzag pattern. So pull the thread like as tight as you can, and then you just sew it. And now I'm going to start, and I'm going to make sure not to get my finger in the way, because that'd be very bad. But I'm just going to start this now. I'm using black thread so you guys can see the design, but if I was to do like a black shirt, I'd use black thread, and if I was to do a white shirt, I do white thread just so it can match better. But for the demonstration, I'm using black thread so you guys can see it. I'm just pulling, I already took a pin out, and I'm just going to continue this. And back here, I can already see it starting to get the design we want. I'm going to take this pin out. And just keep taking out the pins as you go on. That was my last pin, so now I'm just going to do the rest of this. So right here, obviously, since mine's just a piece of fabric, I can't keep pulling on it, but if it was a shirt, I would just continue to pull on it, but I'd be pulling on the part that I already sewn. But since this is fabric, I'm not going to be pulling on it because I could get my finger like stabbed by the needle. So I'm just not going to keep pulling on it, and I'm going to end it here. If it was a piece of clothing that was connected, I would be able to still pull on it, but since it's just a piece of fabric, I can't. So I'm just going to click this button so we can tie a knot on the fabric, and I'm going to pull it up. You guys can already see it right there. Here it is. It actually looks really cool with white fabric and black thread. I have a shirt that is black fabric with white thread. You can use any type of thread you want, but usually I match the thread to the shirt color, but this looks really cool. And that is how you do the lettuce hem. It is super easy to do and really fast too. So here is the fabric I did on, and as you guys can see, it's just the lettuce hem. I really like how it looks on white fabric, like black thread on white fabric. It reminds me of this shirt that I have. It has like some lint on it, but it's black fabric with like white sewing, and I really like this. So when I did this, it kind of reminded me of it. This one's just a lot thinner fabric, like I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like kind of see-through, but it has the lettuce hem on it. So that's why I wanted to learn how to do this, and I'm really happy that I finally can do this on clothes, because if I go like thrifting or anything and I find a shirt that's like too long, or if I just want to change the hem of it, no, I can't. So I actually got this shirt when I went thrifting a really long time ago, and I like it. It's just I cut it because it was really long, and once I cut it, I never sewed it. But when I finally started sewing like a week ago, I decided that I wanted this shirt to have a lettuce hem, so that's why I learned it today. That is it for today's video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!